NBL Canada, now you know that it's showtime. That's how we roll.
This past weekend, close to 200 basketball hopefuls descended on Orangeville, Ontario at the Athlete Institute to take part in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft Combine. They had the opportunity to showcase their skills and basketball smarts to maybe, just maybe, fulfill their dreams and land a pro basketball contract. Tonight, 50 of those players are here at the Hilton Toronto Markham Suites Conference Center and Spa to see if they get the call to play in the NBL Canada. Greetings and salutations. I'm Audley Stevenson, joined alongside Drew Ebanks, Carlin Gay. This is a 2013 NBL Canada Draft. There's lots of reason to be excited, gentlemen. When you look out in the room, the NBL Draft hopefuls are all lots of anticipation and anxiety, and why not?
Well, I mean, this is a great opportunity for a lot of these guys. They've been playing basketball all their lives, and it's a dream come true right now, what they're going to achieve and accomplish tonight. And for many of them, it's a step towards bigger and better things as well.
For sure.
Yeah, it's the third annual NBL Canada Draft. We have all been here for all three, and they keep getting bigger and better. The competition level keeps rising. The players' competition level and compete level keep rising at the Combine as well.
Well, on the theme of getting bigger and better, we now have two new teams to add to the league this year, starting off with the Ottawa squad.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, the Skyhawks are looking to take off, you know, where the Carleton Ravens left off in terms of the basketball popularity. You know, Ottawa's a great city, a great tradition of basketball, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do over there.
And then, of course, the Brampton A's are also in the mix this year.
Yeah, the Brampton A's now come into the fold. They kind of had home court advantage a little bit during the Combine, hosting the Combine this weekend. And now we know that Brampton is one of the top cities in Canada in terms of putting out basketball talent. Anthony Bennett going #1 overall. Maybe a Canadian goes #1 overall here tonight.
Interesting point. Guys, I'm really excited. This is going to be a great draft. Lots of energy, lots of excitement in the room. We will come back to the draft right after this. Welcome to the Hilton Toronto Markham Suites Conference Center and Spa. With over $10 million in recent renovations, we look forward to showing you what we have to offer. With easy access to major highways, you're within reach of everything Canada's premier city has to offer. Year-round, the Greater Toronto Area offers an abundance of recreational activities to cater to any taste. Separate living room and bedroom allows you to space to work, unwind, and feel right at home. Enjoy our signature Serenity beds and all the first-class amenities that your suite has to offer. Our 4-diamond all-property welcomes you with our warm atmosphere and hospitality. With 45,000 square feet, we have the largest amount of meeting space in the area with 27 meeting rooms, including 14,000 square foot pillar-free conference center able to accommodate any special events. Keep fit with over 65 fitness classes to suit everyone at Club Markham, or take an invigorating dip in our heated indoor pool. Take time for yourself at Euphoria Spa at Hilton, Hilton's global luxury spa brand and first location in Canada. Join friends and colleagues at Hilton's newest urban bar, Absolute Atrium Lounge, for a drink and live music on selected nights. Or check out our newly renovated Essence of Unionville restaurant with warm fireplace, private booths, modern decor, and private dining room. Open daily with weekend afternoon tea buffet and Sunday brunch buffet. Visit us online at torontomarkham.hilton.com.
And back we are here at the Hilton here in Markham. You take a look at the screen. The draft order will begin with the two expansion teams, starting off with the capital city, the Ottawa Skyhawks, getting the first overall pick, Drew.
And that must be tremendously exciting for Ottawa, you know, getting that first pick, their first foray into this professional basketball situation, and it's just fantastic. Again, I mentioned before, you know, Ottawa's just a great basketball town. They're going to really put on a good show out there, and they've already got the fan base. I mean, they've been around the Ottawa GGs, they've been around the Carleton Ravens, and we've seen what they've done, and so now it's just going to be jumpstart from there.
It definitely will be. It should be exciting. We head up to the podium with Andre Levingston.
Ladies and gentlemen, players, families, and other distinguished guests. And to all of our fans watching online from all around the world, I have the honor of welcoming you to the 2013 National Basketball League of Canada Draft at the incredible facilities of the Hilton Suites here in Markham, Ontario. We would like to thank all of this year's corporate sponsors for this event. Our presenting sponsor, the GTA Center, 9450, the City of Markham, the Hilton Markham Hotel, Porter Airlines, Spalding, and Tel Ave. On this historic evening, we gather from across Canada to celebrate a new and exciting upcoming third season. On the eve of what Steve Nash called the golden era of Canadian basketball, it is our mission to grow the game in this country and to develop Canadian players, coaches, organizations, and fan bases. We were thrilled to see Canadian Anthony Bennett be selected #1 overall in this year's NBA draft. All of these players here tonight have worked extremely hard this weekend at our pre-draft combine and world-class Athletes Institute in Orangeville and have earned the opportunity to be here tonight. This year, the expansion Ottawa Skyhawks will make the first selection of the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, followed by the expansion Brampton A's. Tonight, new Canadian sports history will be made. Each team will have 3 minutes to make their selection. On behalf of the National Basketball League of Canada, I sincerely wish the best of luck to all the teams selecting and to all the players that are about to join our exciting league. The Ottawa Skyhawks are now on the clock.
There you have it. The Skyhawks now on the clock. You see that beautiful new logo for that team. Gus Tacali there in the middle of his coaching staff. And for Coach Keekley, what do they do here with the #1 overall pick, Drew?
Anticipation is building right now. Could we see a #1 overall pick
It's never happened.
A Canadian player?
Yeah, it's never happened before. Never happened in the NBL Canada. It could be here tonight. History in the making, the first overall Canadian-born player being chosen.
The anticipation is building right now.
There you see the hopefuls right there. A couple Canadians smiling. Kyle Desmarais saw his mother and sister actually on the way up here, and they're pretty nervous about the potential of Kyle being picked. Can he go here #1 overall? It'll be a short trip. He's from Montreal. It'll be a short trip to Ottawa to put the potential.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of ties between Ottawa and Montreal. A lot of basketball growth right now in both of those cities as well. So it's tremendous. I mean, just, again, having this league grow to what it's been in the first 2 years and now in the third year.
Suspense is now over.
In the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Ottawa Skyhawks select Anthony Johnson from Toronto, Ontario. Sorry, Alex Johnson. I'm sorry, Alex Johnson.
And the first see the smile of the first ever Canadian-born player here in the NBL Canada being picked first overall, Drew, a man we know much about.
Oh, yeah, he's been playing tremendously this summer. Guy from NC State, played overseas in Romania last year, and tremendous ball handler. He can get it done at the point guard position.
He definitely can. Audley Stevenson catching up with the first ever Canadian-born player being picked first overall.
So I'm here with the first ever Canadian pick for the NBL Canada Draft. So let that sink in for a second. Much like we saw Anthony Bennett rather in the NBA. Now you are that first name pick here in the NBL Canada.
I just want to thank God. I want to give him all the praises. Definitely want to thank my mom. She's been a proud supporter of me.
Right.
Every decision I've made, she's supported me, backed me, just been the backbone for me. Definitely It's overwhelming right now.
Right. Surprising at any point? Like, I mean, when you think back to even going to the draft combine this weekend, it was unlikely. You know, you weren't really supposed to be there. You were kind of helping out, hanging out, supporting, and next thing you know, you're playing.
Yeah, I actually just went to go support one of my good friends, Oliver Prince, and I ended up putting on a jersey, and you know, I was there for the whole day. But it was a great experience. You know, I really like how they handled the combine and everything.
When you think about Ottawa as a city playing their first, again, the brand new team here playing in Ottawa, now you have the opportunity to be, again, at the point guard position to really make a mark on the squad.
Definitely. You know, just after talking with Ottawa, you know, I like the facility. They brought in a coach who's, you know, a proven winner. So glad to be part of the organization.
Fantastic. Congratulations once again. Carlin Gay, Anthony Superman Johnson, the first ever pick, and hey, it's a super pick.
It is a super pick. He has a super smile on his face at the moment. And you see there the logo of the Brampton A's as they are now on the clock. And they're going to have a tough act to follow, but I'm sure the Tipping family will be up to the task, Drew.
Oh, for sure. I mean, great organization, and you can see the way they started things off. So professional. You know, Coach Dave in there, right there, Jesse Tipping, the whole crew. Just fantastic what they've done, and we saw what they're capable of from this weekend.
Yeah, they kind of had home court advantage a little bit hosting the NBL Combine this weekend. And there you see head coach David Magley. He's an entertaining guy, to say the least.
He's always got something to say, you know that much. And we had some great combos with him over the weekend, and some stuff I can share, some I probably wouldn't want to share right now. But he just brings a lot of color to the league, and I think it's definitely going to help the league grow with a guy like him involved in things.
And the Brampton A's come into the league, and they already have a rival in the Mississauga Power now, sharing the first year this year together, and opening night.
Oh, yeah. Those two cities are always related in some cases, and there's going to be a big rivalry going forward.
It definitely will be. Andre Livingston is ready for the second pick, the first ever in Brampton A's history.
With the second pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Brampton A's select Brant Jennings from South Poly State.
Well, congratulations to Mr. Jennings there.
Yeah, Brant Jennings from South Poly State, Southern State Athletic Conference in D1, hometown of Atlanta, Georgia.
And he actually performed well. You'll be hearing us referring to 9450, which is the standard of evaluating players that was used at the combine. And he ranked as the number 2 athlete in the draft and a wingspan of 6'11" for Brent Jennings. So that's phenomenal. Showed a streaky shooter in a way, but it looks like he's going to be able to get it done when it comes to putting the ball in the basket.
He's a left-hander, and he's now up in his interview position with Audley Stevenson.
All smiles here with Brent Jennings, the number 2 overall pick. What's going through your mind at this moment?
Just ready to get to work, play hard, and win. I love winning. Basketball is about winning. Life's about winning. So I'm ready to play hard and win.
When you think about the draft combine process and all the players that were there and the level of competition, how do you make yourself stand out?
I just try to play hard. You can't always control shots, but I'll try to control my effort. And with that going and my shot falling, it made me stand out a little more.
Well, you certainly did. The Brampton A's are happy to have you on board. Carlin Gay, the number 2 overall pick, Brent Jennings.
From Atlanta, Georgia, and if he's a baseball fan, he may be a little bit upset that he's in the city that took away a World Series championship away from him in 1992.
And he was actually rated number 2 overall in all the combine testing. So, a good job by the team to select him. And hopefully, he's going to go on to have a great career in the NBL.
Up next, it is now the Halifax Rainmen on the clock. And they had a tough season a year ago, missing the playoffs after making it to the NBL Canada Finals in the very first year, losing out in Game 5, a thrilling game that we were there for, Drew. And they're going to be looking to get back into the playoffs. So this is an interesting pick here for them.
Oh, yeah, Andre Livingston wanted to make it. Of course, he's the guy who's been here since day one. So, he's looking to rebound from that.
Up to the podium and Andre Livingston.
With the third pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Halifax Rainmen select Raven Barber from Mount St. Mary's.
Raven Barber, he ranked 7th overall in athletes tested on the weekend, a high vertical leap as well. You know, just a guy who's going to be able to get it done, 6 feet 9 inches, a guy that's got some length.
Definitely has some length, averaged 9 points, 4 rebounds in 27 games as a junior out of Ed Wood, Maryland. There he is smiling with his new boss.
And he's a guy who likes to play inside, not a perimeter post guy. He will get it inside and bang it, and he's a guy who's pretty athletic in the post, as we can check out some of his highlights here.
There you see some of his highlights. We throw it over now to Audley Stevenson, who will catch up with a man who is majoring in criminal justice.
An exciting time, obviously. I mean, getting drafted, hearing your name called must be reason for excitement.
Oh, highly excited. Just blessed to be here. Got to thank God and my mom.
Okay. When you think about what you can bring to the Halifax squad when you arrive, can you sort of describe it? Because Halifax fans are going to want to know how you're going to help their squad that's gone through a bit of turnover.
Basically, you know, they run like a pick and roll offense, so I can bring a lot of that and just bring excitement and just bring a positive attitude.
In the draft combine, you had a lot of dunks, throw it down, you run the floor, fast break. That's all that excitement you're talking about?
Yes, definitely.
Awesome. Well, listen, congratulations, Raven. Carlin, Drew, number 3 pick goes to Halifax. Mr. Barber.
He may be a little psychic. He's wearing the team colors already.
Hey, I love that name, man. Raven, that's a name that he's going to be soaring for his squad coming up.
Definitely will be. We had the first Canadian-born player being picked, and we now go to the team with the first Canadian coach in the league. And there he is right there, the Mississauga Power. In the middle of the table, he looks up and smiles a little bit. Fred Granham.
Mr. Granham, tremendous guy in the community, you know, has been involved in basketball for quite a lot of years, and he's a guy who, it shows, you know, this league and the way basketball is growing, there's a lot of opportunities not only for players, but also in coaching, in media. The whole industry of basketball is continuing to grow in Canada, and the NBL is a huge part of that.
Yeah, it's a very huge part of that. You see Henry Child now moving the team from Oshawa to Mississauga, and so far so good. The community has accepted this team, and they're looking to fill that building. The Hershey Center is a gorgeous facility.
It is beautiful, and you know, the basketball fans, they're starving for something, and hopefully they're going to get some wins down there in Mississauga.
Let's find out who their new player is. Andre Levinson at the podium.
With the 4th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Mississauga Power select Bold Kong from St. Francis Xavier.
There he is, another Canadian now off the board, and a guy who has had quite the journey, Drew, from Gonzaga. He played a little bit for the Nate Ooks, then finished off at St. Francis Xavier out in Halifax. There's the man, Bo Kong.
Bo Kong, you know, he comes with a lot of fanfare, comes with, you know, a lot of notoriety here in Canada. Tremendous talent right now. He was able to, you know, show his wares on Sunday at the Combine, and obviously he impressed a lot of people out there. Very versatile, can put it on the deck, strong, you know, can get to the hoop at any time, and as you can see there, can finish at the rim. Well, almost, but I'm sure he'll get one down right here. He's a guy who is multi-talented and can get it done for his new squad.
A very versatile player. He takes the short walk over to our very versatile interview man, Audley Stevenson, talking to Bo Kong.
Well, you know, we and I talked yesterday briefly about just the journey and your personal journey. You heard my broadcast colleagues talk about that as well. How when you think about all those things and where you stand now, you know, what's going through your mind?
Well, I'm just happy. I mean, I'm blessed to have this opportunity to play for Mississauga, and I mean, this is the start of a pro career, so excited.
And in fact, again, a Canadian as well. I mean, this is the NBL Canada, the Canadian League, and now you come in representing as the next Canadian to join and help move this league forward.
I can't wait. I mean, just from day one, start working right away. So hopefully I can impact this program, organization, and just help them.
You're doing a great job containing your excitement. I love it.
Really, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. So,
guys, obviously, Bo Kong, he's going to have an impact on the Mississauga Power. We take it back to you, Drew Carlin.
Saving it all for the court, Audley. That's all he's doing. He's just saving all that energy for the court. You take a look at the draft board so far, 2 Canadians on the board already. The first ever Canadian-born player going #1 to the Skyhawks, Drew.
Yeah, Alex Johnson, I mean, you know, tremendous accomplishment right there. And Canada just keeps rolling, you know. We're getting it done, whether it's guys that are in the other leagues in the world, including the NBA, Europe, wherever you have it, Canadian basketball is on the rise.
The Halifax Rainmen with their second pick of the first round. They had that pick due to the fact that they traded earlier on in the first season with the Quebec Cavs at the time. So they had 2 picks. This is their second pick coming up. Andre Levingston doing the honors.
With the 5th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Halifax Rainmen select Gerald Devon from Stillman College. Moncton is on the clock.
Gerald Devon from Stillman College. The Tigers Nation now has a player in the NBL.
He's another big dude, 6'9", 270, big, long guy, wingspan, you know, 7'1", and he ranked 6th in the 94-50 testing. So that's good for that squad to get him, and he's going to show signs where you know, he can do some work inside probably for them.
Everybody wants to play fast, but they also want guys who can defend. And with his length, his wingspan, he should probably be one of the better elite defenders in the league.
Oh yeah, and he also ranked number 2 of all big men, all post players in ball handling. So you know, you kind of need a versatile big sometimes. You know, put it on the deck maybe a little bit from the mid range and take it to the hoop and you know, slam it through. So with his ball handling skills, he should be able to get that done.
Gerald Devon standing over there.
So Gerald, you're going to Halifax. Obviously you have your the natural abilities that you have, your length. You heard my broadcast colleagues talk about your wingspan. Is that where you see you can have the immediate impact on the Halifax squad?
Yes, most definitely. Yeah, I believe it helps me with my rebounding and, you know, defending the paint is, you know, altering shots, whether it's blocking them or, you know, even reaching and getting steals.
And obviously, new head coach would love to hear that. They love guys that want to come in and play defense and rebound. From the offensive side, can you describe what your game looks like?
Yes, I contribute where I can on the offensive side. I believe I can score the ball inside as well as shoot the mid-range jumper consistently. I believe that will separate me a little bit from the other big man.
You nervous at all? You good? You feeling good?
Just a tad bit.
Listen, when you're with the odd man, you can loosen up, man. You're good.
All right, man.
Listen, John, congratulations. Guys, you heard it. He likes to rebound, defend, block shots. He's going to help Halifax. Here he is, join the Rainmen.
Yes, he is. Coach Chris Terrell should be happy with that pick. And now we move on to the Moncton Miracles, and there is their head coach, Dennis Truax. Got them in the playoffs last year, Drew, with a 20-20 record. And it was weird because they finished the season with like a month left to go, and they had to sit at home and wait for everybody else to finish. They became fans of a bunch of other teams, but they made it in. And now we go to Andre Levingston to find out who the newest Miracle is.
With the 6th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Moncton Miracles select Jamel Kennedy from Lander. St. John Millrats is on the clock.
Another Canadian off the board. Jamel Kennedy out of Moncton, Ontario.
Jamel, I've seen a lot of him this summer. He played in the Pro-Am leagues. A guy who's got a high motor, and he tested top 20 ranked athlete in the draft. The quickest shot release on the 94-50 score at the draft combine as well. 6th rated overall in there, and he's a guy who can get it done, multifaceted, gets to the hoop, just hustles. You got to love the headband, too. I love the way he rocks that as well. Positive attitude, that's one thing you could say about Jamel. Doesn't let things get him down, and as you can see there, can throw it down with the lefty.
He can finish. He's going to have to change that white headband into an orange one so we can match his new jersey. He's over there with the odd man.
Congratulations, Jamel. All smiles. Join the Moncton Miracles. This has got to feel good.
It does feel good.
And then as a Canadian player, at any point did you ever thought that, you know, again, Canadian basketball, that you'd be playing in this league like this?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. What did your basketball dreams look like?
I don't know. I didn't have it written out.
As a kid, you didn't have basketball dreams?
Play in the league.
Okay. Well, hey, you're in the league now. The Moncton Miracles have selected you. Congratulations. The man, a few words, but guys, he's excited to be there.
Let his game do the talking, Drew. He's going to let his game do the talking.
Yeah, it seems like Jamel's just happy, you know, and that's great to see. I mean, it's it's great to see Canadian players getting drafted. Out of the top 6, we got 3 so far. It just continues the trend, and we'll see what happens going forward.
St. John Millrats now up next. Head coach Rob Spahn. He will be there in St. John, and we're getting set for the next pick coming up. You see the youngest scout in the nation.
Maybe pro sports.
And maybe in pro sports, right there in the middle. And we go up to Andre Livingston for the pick.
With the 7th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, St. John Millrats select Michael Luby from Brock University.
Canadians going left, right, and center. Another one off the board. Michael Luby, 6'11" man, played at Brock University in the CIS.
And he's 4th ranked athlete overall. He's got a good vertical leap in there, 11th ranked in shooting, which is pretty good. You know, you love to have the shooting come from big men. You know, if they're versatile, it leads to, you know, better possessions. It leads to winning ball games. So that's tremendous accomplishment for him. He scores inside, which is good. You know, they're going to need that going forward.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need that. He averaged 8 points, 6 rebounds in the final season. You see him there ball handling a little bit, the big man who went to Brock University, played in the CIS, and I believe that's our first CIS guy off the board.
That's tremendous. And, you know, we've talked about this before, Carlin. The CIS, the level of play in the last few years has gone up dramatically. Guys that could have went maybe D1, maybe mid-major, maybe D2, high D2, have said, you know what, let's not go down to the States. Let's stay here in Canada and be a, you know, a big fish in a smaller pond. And it's paying off.
He is definitely a big fish indeed. 6'11", he's with the odd man.
So here with Michael, the hat doesn't fit exactly, but we know we'll get you a jersey that definitely will. You're now a member of the St. John Millrats. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, it feels great, you know. It was a lot of work since the season ended at Brock, you know, every day in the gym, and it paid off. So, you know, I just want to thank God and my family and friends and, you know, the Axe family for supporting me this whole time. So.
Great. Well, you know, when you talk about the draft kind process, it's sort of guard heavy, if you will, and, you know, guards are really going to control the flow. And as a big man, you really got to work hard to stand out. What was that like for you?
No, it was tough at first. I had a tough start to the draft, but then, you know, I went into the bathroom, changed my socks, kind of stepped it up for the end of the draft, and, you know, it worked, so.
There you go, there you go. Well, congratulations for joining the St. John Millrats. Carlin, Drew, it's all about the socks for Michael. He's joining the Millrats. Back to you guys.
Sometimes it's not just the shoes, odd man. It's a little bit to do with the socks, too, and he shouted out the Tipping family that's been helping him train there up at Axe. He played with Jameson Tipping at Brock University as well.
And they're doing a lot of great things. I mean, that facility alone, when you go up there, you can't really understand unless you've been there to see how great a facility it is. And they're attracting a lot of people, including high school players that are, instead of going down to the States, a few of them are deciding to stay and play up here.
There you see Bill Jones, head coach of the Windsor Express, the most surprising team from a year ago. They came out of nowhere, made the playoffs, and did pretty well in their first season out in Windsor.
I mean, that's a great to see. I mean, especially when you're trying to capture a fan base, when you can make the playoffs in your first year, that's a jump start, and that kicks it off for you in the second year. So, you know, like you said, tremendous accomplishment for them to make the playoffs.
They had a huge turnaround when they got a man named Darren Duncan, who really accelerated the growth of that team. They had Mike Helms, who kind of snuck through the cracks. He was in the combine last year, and he's a flat-out scorer. So they have pieces to build around. It's going to be interesting to see what Bill Jones and the staff there ends up doing with this pick.
Yeah, they're very excited, of course, and they've done a tremendous job. Ownership is great there. Darius Willis getting it done, as you see on the far right. And they continue something that's been started in a good way down there in Windsor.
We now head to the podium. Andre Livingston with the pick for the Windsor Express.
With the 8th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Windsor Express selects Denario Rice from Southfield, Michigan. The island is on the clock.
Denario Rice, 6-foot point guard, Drew. And this is a point guard league. It's going to be point guards are at a premium in the league like this, and here's a guy who can really fill it up.
Definitely, he ranked 12th in the 94-50 shooting score, so he can really put the ball in the bucket. You know he's going to be able to get it done there. And 6th rank overall in his ball handling, so he's got some skills there, as you can see. going to be able to put it on the deck and make things happen, hopefully for his teammates as well.
We were talking about Darren Duncan and when the season really turned around for the Windsor Express. Now they add another terrific point guard who saunters over there to talk to our man, the odd man, Audley Stevenson.
Mr. Rice, you're joining the Windsor Express. Congratulations first and foremost. It must feel good right now?
Definitely, it's a blessing. Definitely excited for the season. Definitely excited to be a part of the Windsor Express, and looking forward to it.
When talking to Windsor fans for a second, if you can describe sort of what you bring to this squad, they want to know what their new pick is going to do for this team.
Bring up tempo, leadership on the floor, experience, and just the will to win.
The draft combine process, a lot of guards. It's guard driven, if you will. How do you stand out as being a point guard amongst many of them?
I will have to say I stand out at the top, one of the top guards.
What does that look like for you? What's top guards?
Top guards. I put myself in the elite class, so just want to go out there and give it my all, leave everything on the floor.
Well, congratulations once again. Carlin Drew, as you heard, there's no shortage of confidence for Mr. Rice. He's joining the Windsor Express. Back to you guys.
He is joining the Windsor Express with elite-like talent. We see the board there through 8 picks. We now come to the 2 finalists from a year ago, and now the Island Storm, who will call a new home, and it will send it up to Andre Livingston to find out who they have selected.
With the 9th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Island Storm selects Sean Van Zandt from Butler University.
Back-to-back point guards being selected. There's Sean Van Zandt, 6-foot point guard. Went to Butler University and has some NCAA tournament experience. Played 21 minutes in a game against South Alabama in the first round.
A great leaper. He can get it done. He's got some size, not a small, thin guard. He's got some weight to him as well. And he's a top 20 ranked ball handling guard from the 94-50 score as well. Butler, great organization. Coach, of course, has gone on to the Boston Celtics, but I'm sure he's imparted on him a lot of great values on the basketball court.
He has. Over to Audley Stevenson.
Tell you, there's all smiles up here, and there's no doubt here. You're feeling good about your making to the NBL.
It's a blessing. I want to thank God, my family, and friends to be here, and the team giving me a chance to be here. Appreciate it.
If you were to describe your game, maybe compare it to an NBA player out there, who would you say you're like?
I honestly don't know, but I used to analyze Allen Iverson growing up. But
okay. The quicks, the skills, the ball handling, a little bit of that.
Yes, sir.
And is that what you're going to bring in terms of that excitement to your squad? That's what you'll bring as well, then.
No, I'm going to bring hard work and doing whatever coach needs me to do to win.
Well, coaches like to hear that. Congratulations on making the NBL. Carlin, Drew, back to you guys.
Is Coach Joe Salerno likes to hear everything except for maybe the Allen Iverson comparison. He wants him in practice. There are the champs. 2-time defending NBL Canada champs, Michael Ray Richardson there. They've won it twice, Drew. Can they win it a third is the main question heading into this season. What do they do with this pick here?
Well, Coach Richardson, of course, gets the most out of any player he has on the roster. A very demanding coach, knows what he wants, and that organization is right now the gold standard of the NBL Canada. They've got it done 2 years already, and just like the Miami Heat, can they three-peat? We'll have to see.
That is the question, but we'll answer who their pick is right now.
With the 10th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, London Lightning selects Raheem Singleton from University of Maine. That is the end of the first round.
Raheem Singleton out of the University of Maine, Drew.
Yeah, 6 feet, 205 pounds, got some size. Got to love the bow tie there. You got to love the style getting up to the podium to meet Mr. Livingston. And he's a top 30 ranked ball handling guard in the testing this weekend in the 94-50 time trials.
Yeah, hometown out of Boston, Mass. That's 3 straight point guards here in the end-off of the first round. And he played a little bit at Monroe Community College in New York, led that team to 29-4 record and a number 2 ranking in the final National Junior College Athletic Association poll. He is now over there with a man who's going to try to guard him as much as possible, the odd man, Audley Stevenson.
Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. I just want to thank God, my family and friends back home. I mean, it's a blessing to be here. So.
Now, you're joining a London Lightning squad that has a lot of expectations. There's some veteran players. They've won the title back-to-back in NBL. Your thoughts about joining this team?
I mean, I'm excited. I mean, you know, so you already got a good team tradition, you know, and I'm excited to get there and get going. I mean, show what I bring to the table and try to help the team continue to win.
So let's talk about what you bring to the table. What would that be? Because obviously, again, this team has a lot of success. How do you think you can impact the squad?
I mean, wherever they need me to do, that's what I'm here to do. So.
Well, so a willingness is what Coach Michael Ray Richardson would love to have, and welcome aboard. Love the bow tie, guys. You got to love it.
Thank you.
Carlin, Drew, back to you.
Championship swag for a man who's heading on to a championship team. There is the draft board from the first round, and a bunch of Canadians off the board now, Drew, for all 10 teams.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you look at guys like Alex Johnson, Bull Kong, you know, Michael Luby, just tremendous. And I think I missed somebody on there as well. But, you know, Canadians are making their mark, and it's great to see that it continues in all facets of basketball. It doesn't matter where it's being played.
Without question, and we now move to the second round. But before we do that, we'll talk about the 9450, because it was an interesting concept now, the first time ever at the NBL Canada Draft where players were tested via this technology.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, the guys got to go through a bunch of drills in terms of dribbling skills. You know, you can see there the single-hand dribble. They did the two-hand power dribble as well. And they got some, you know, testing done on their shot, their release on the shot. It measures their arc as well as backspin. And you can see there their dribble force. And you know what? They have an app that you can basically, you know, you're going to be able to download it for yourself and see where your results stack up and the improvement that you have over time. So a tremendous technology, 9450, and it was great to see it in action for the first time at the NBL Combine.
It definitely was. You get an opportunity to test your skills out?
I didn't. I really wish I could have got on there and showed these young guys, you know, what I used to do back in the day, you know, for York University.
There is the Ottawa Skyhawks expansion. Ottawa Skyhawks who will have the first pick in the second round. And what they did with that first pick in the first round was select a Canadian. And we're getting set to find out what they do now with their second pick in the second round. Andre Livingston is ready with that.
With the 11th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Ottawa Skyhawks selects Manek Luo from Ottawa, Ontario. Brampton is on the clock.
Hometown boy, he doesn't have to move far to play pro basketball.
Well, you got to love that. I mean, you know, he knows exactly where he's going to be. And, you know, he's very familiar, of course, being in the same town that he's drafted in. So, you know, it's always going to be great. The only thing he's going to have to worry about is ticket requests. That's going to be a little bit fun getting used to.
Yeah, he'll be playing his home games now at that beautiful Canadian Tire Center. They changed the name from Scotiabank Place, so the Canadian Tire Center, a fantastic facility. He actually played as a little bit of CIS ball at the University of PEI, and under Coach Tim Kendrick, actually helped them guide the ship in his first year, Tim Kendrick's first year, to a 13-7 record. In that year, 17 points, 8 rebounds, and an AUS All-Star selection for Mr. Luwal. He is now over with the Ottawa.
Playing for your hometown, not traveling very far, there's got to be excitement with that.
Man, I love my city already. Now it's just time to make them love me.
That's great. I think that's the best approach, really. When growing up in Ottawa, did you ever think that, you know, again, professional squad in your town?
I mean, I've been waiting for that for a while. So now that they're here, it's time to perform. You know.
You know, I love the approach. I think the Ottawa Skyhawks are going to be obviously happy to have you. Why they picked you? What do you bring to the squad?
I mean, I do my job, so right now I can't really say that, but once the season starts, I'll know whether I got to rebound, defend, whatever I got to do, I'll do it.
Deep down inside, now this is all out of the way. Is this where you wanted to be?
That's exactly where I wanted to be.
Awesome. Well, there you go. Well, congratulations. Guys, he got his wish. He wanted to play in Ottawa, and guess what? He's in Ottawa. Carl and Drew, back to you guys.
He is in Ottawa. My man Armand Adewale of MPH wrote a terrific article when he signed his first pro contract. I think another one is in order. Here are the Brampton A's now with their second pick, second in franchise history, and a smiling face right there for David Magley and the rest of the Tipping family. What do they do here, Drew?
Well, right now it's just for need, but who knows what you really need. You just need to get the best player available. And whoever you are as an organization, you pick who you think is going to fit that need for you guys in terms of, just getting it done.
Andre Livingston at the podium.
With the 12th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Brampton Aids select Nico Brooks from Westmont. London is on the clock.
Another point guard off the board. This time it is Nico Brooks out of Westmount, hometown of Moreno Valley, California. He'll now play basketball in the city of Brampton, which is pound for pound the most talented, most deep Canadian basketball city.
That's for sure. I mean, we see all the action that's happening in Brampton, and we look at a guy like Nico Brooks. We saw him buzzing around the court all weekend, especially at the point guard position. He's not afraid, as you can see there, to sacrifice his body. He was 4th ranked in shooting with the 94-50 and 2nd ranked in ball handling. So as well as a 7th overall in rating and ranking for 94-50 testing. So tremendous skills for him, and he's going to make his mark.
He's definitely going to make his mark. Finally, a guy that Oddly can tower over. He's only 5'9", Oddly a little bigger than him. He's over there with the odd man.
Nico, you yesterday or during the draft combine over the weekend, you probably stood out as probably the fastest guys out there. Your speed, is that your would you say your strength of your game?
Yes, I would say that's what separates myself, because I'm not as tall as most point guards, so I have to separate myself some way, somehow. So I use my quickness on offense and the defensive end to create easy baskets for my team.
Well, you're one of the few guys I can see eye to eye with, so I agree with you in terms of, your size is a disadvantage when you talk about the other point guards out there. Overall, your passing ability, because we saw you do a lot of that on the break as well. Yeah. Find guys, is that something that you also work on?
Yes, sir. I mean, that goes along with my quickness. I have it's easy for me to get by the defender, so I draw the help defender, and I always dish to the open man. So I try to make my teammates better by doing that.
My broadcast colleagues talked about your performance, the 94-50 test. Again, ball handling, I mean, it's so important for a point guard. You did that clearly.
Yes, sir. I have a great training facility, Players Edge, back home that I work on my game every day. Great ball handling workout, so I got to keep the handles crisp.
Well, I appreciate that, but don't call me sir no more, okay, man? Guys, Nico Brooks, he's going to the Brampton Aids. Carlin Gay, back to you.
He goes from one great training facility to another, and the Beautiful Athlete Institute. We now move to the London Lightning, who have this pick, the champion London Lightning, 2-time champion London Lightning. You see them there with the bling-bling on their ring, and Andre Livingston now walking up to the podium.
Michael Ray showing off that bling right there. Never been shy. I love it.
Never been shy at all. Andre Livingston up there with the pick for the London Lightning.
With the 13th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, London Lightning selects Willie Whitfield from Barrie. Mississauga is on the clock.
Canadians galore. Willie Whitfield, another player going in the draft. And, oh, yeah, he represents the Maple Leaf, Drew.
Yeah, it's always good to see, Canadian basketball continues to grow. And the seriousness in terms of realizing your potential and realizing that you want to be professional. A couple years ago when the NBL Canada started, the Canadians were kind of taken aback. They weren't used to the level that you had to play at to be a professional, and things are starting to change.
Was the leading rebounder for Barrie University, the all-time leading rebounder for Barrie University.
And he showed consistency in the 94-50 shooting. His arc was great, quick release as well. He's a guy who can score inside and outside, and a top 25 ranked athlete in the draft.
Oddly, I thought he was Canadian. Can you check his passport for me? He may be American.
We're talking about the excitement of a lot of players, all smiles. Describe how you're feeling getting drafted in the NBL Canada.
It's great. I mean, everybody does get their name called, so it feels great to have, my name called on a stage like this, and to be by the champions. I mean, they have winning culture, and I'm glad that they think that I would fit there.
Well, and I think that speaks a lot to what you did and what you showed throughout the course of the combine. Sitting in the room waiting for your name, is there some anxiety, butterflies as you're waiting?
Of course. I mean, I'm sure every guy in here has butterflies right now.
Well, listen, no need to be. You've arrived. And one last thing, Barry, where'd you go to school? Barry?
Barry University, Miami.
Miami, gentlemen. Miami, Barry University. He's going to the London Lightning. Carl and Drew, back to you guys.
There he is, Barry University. I thought it was Barry, Ontario. My mistake.
Congratulations to him.
But congratulations to him, indeed. It is now time for the Mississauga Power to make their selection. There you see them digging through their notes. Andre Livingston walking up to the podium with their second pick tonight.
With the 14th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Mississauga Power selects Dwight McCombs from Central Florida. Halifax is on the clock.
There is the young man, Dwight McCombs, 6'8", out of Central Florida. The Central Florida Knights calls his hometown Chicago, Illinois.
Well, when you can get size, I mean, you always love it. You get a guy that's 6'8", big-bodied, versatile. It's only going to bode for good things for the Mississauga Power.
A lot of the teams we spoke to this weekend talked about playing fast, but you still want to be able to pound it inside to someone who can handle themselves on the block.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, scoring inside is something that is not a given anymore. It's kind of a lost start to, guys don't really want to be inside. They want to be on the outside shooting, taking threes, ball handling. But you got to know where your bread is buttered.
You definitely do. Audley Stevenson standing over there with the newest Mississauga Power.
I like guys that come here and smile bigger than me. This is great. Gotta be happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy right now.
When the draft combine process, there's a lot of guards, obviously. The big guys really have to stand out. And how do you do that as you're going through that process yourself?
What's the big thing about just going out there playing hard? It's guard heavy, but you just got to go out there and do what you can do.
So if you were to identify, you said do what you do, what is that for you?
Rebound, low post score, block shots, things of that nature, a little mid-range jump shot, stuff like that.
Coaches always love to hear their guys defend, and I'm sure Fred Granum is excited to have you bring that to the Mississauga Power. Congratulations on being selected, making the NBL. Carl and Drew, back to you guys.
He was talking defense, Drew. That has to have Fred Granum happy. We see the draft board there, the Halifax Rainmen now on the clock. But back to the Mississauga Power in their selection with Dwight McCombs, a big man that's talking defense, there to protect the room.
You always got to love that. I mean, when big men want to play defense, that's just a bonus.
It is definitely a bonus. Let's find out who the Halifax Rainmen have selected here in the second round.
With the 15th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Halifax Rainmen select James Marcellus from Dorchester. Moncton is on the clock.
There you see the young man, James Marcellus, out of Dorchester.
It must be a tremendous feeling. I mean, to be here, anytime you get selected, doesn't matter where you are. If you're beauty pageant when you're 5 years old, it doesn't matter. You're feeling good. You put your work in, and the hard work is paid off, and you're drafted. And, you're going to be the star of your town, at least for the next foreseeable future.
The stage is definitely his, and he showed out at the Combine, smiling there with his brand new boss. And you see him now go through the 9450 sport technology drills.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a good way to evaluate players and to see what they have in terms of their shooting, in terms of their ball handling, and it's another tool that helps teams to select players and who they think is going to make an impact on their squad come training camp.
Oddly, Drew mentioned that he would be happy if one of the players would be going through a beauty pageant or something like that. So I don't know what he's talking about, but over to Oddly.
Yeah, beauty pageants perhaps, but right now it doesn't matter. You're joining NBL Canada. It's got to be exciting.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to thank first and foremost God. Without him, nothing's possible. And I want to thank my family, my support system back home. And I'm just ready, excited to be part of the NBL.
You talk about the support system. What would be the best piece of advice that you got through this whole process?
Just to work hard, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people will question things about your game, but one thing they should never question is your work ethic. So, if you put the work in, hopefully, eventually, you'll get what you're looking for.
So those naysayers that are questioning you, how do you respond to that?
I mean, you just continue to work, keep at it, and not really worry about what other people are saying. And As long as you know your own potential, then eventually it'll show on and off the court. So
there you go. Well, hey, listen, congratulations once again. You're joining the Halifax Rainmen. Carlin, Drew, back to you again. I don't know about beauty pageants, but he's going to the NBL, and that's what matters right now.
That is all that matters right now. He's heading to Halifax, and Mav Gillis now has another name to scream and yell when they play on the court. Moncton Miracles now with their selection. Dennis Truax looks lonely there at the table, but he's putting in work.
Yeah, he's a solo man right there, but, you know, he's sending out some tweets, maybe some emails to say, you know, what's going on for their team. And Moncton Miracles, you know, looking to improve on a pretty good season.
Yeah, they made the playoffs for the first time last year. They're trying to make it 2 in a row. Let's send it up to Andre Levingston with their pick.
With the 16th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Moncton Miracles selects Alex Mitrovic from McGill University. St. John's is on the clock.
The loudest ovation of the night. He must have a lot of family here and attendance. Happy man, and another Canadian off the board, this time one heading to Moncton.
Yeah, he's got size there, about 6'6", 200 pounds, 20th ranked player in the 5950 and 9450, and he is a guy who's going to get it done. Top 30 ranked ball handling as well in the 9450 combine testing.
There you see him there, a 6'6" guy. He actually played center in the CIS for McGill University in the RSCQ. But prior to attending McGill, he went to Mount Olive College down in North Carolina. Very smart guy, 3.8 GPA, and he's majoring in mathematics and a minor in psychology. He's over there with our smart man, Audley Stevenson.
Without question, you got the biggest ovation tonight. I mean, it obviously feels good to have the support in the room right with you tonight.
Oh, definitely. Ever since I can remember, I've had my mom in the stands cheering for me. Mom, how about some noise?
Mom, where you at, Mom?
Where's Mom? No? She's crying. Oh, there she is. There she is, right there.
Yeah. I mean, this is a great moment for family, friends, supporters, people that are there by your back all the way through. That's got to feel rewarding, doesn't it?
Man, I just like to thank the Moncton Miracle for picking me and let's get started.
Sure. So if you were to talk to the fans now and say, I've arrived, here's what I can do for you, what would that be?
Anything I could do to win. Any position you put me at, you can put me 1 through 5. I'll learn as fast as I can, and I'll get things done.
Well, definitely Coach Truax is happy to hear that. The fans of the Moncton Miracles are also quite happy to hear that. He's going to Moncton, guys, and Mom's happy too.
Mom is super happy. She's walking by right now, right in front of us. Biggest smile on her face. One of the biggest smiles of the night, and that's a great moment for that family right there in the Moncton Miracle.
It's
as
great.
They have another Canadian in the NBL Canada.
Yeah, it's great to see. I mean, you know, basketball, again, continues to grow, and it's great what the NBL Canada has been able to accomplish here, making dreams come true.
That's right. There you see the youngest scout in pro sports sitting next to his head coach, Rob Spahn. Let's find out who the youngest scout picked in this pick right here. Andre Levingston, take it away.
With the 17th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, St. John Millrats select David Lewis from Kingsborough Community College. Mississauga is on the clock.
There is David Lewis, 6'5" forward out of Kingsborough Community College in Brooklyn, New York.
New York always has ballers, you know that. You know, guys come out of that city. Been a little bit down lately in the upper echelons, New York, but I think
it's no Toronto. It's no Toronto.
No Toronto right now, but making a comeback for sure. You know, always can find talented players out of the big city, the Big Apple.
That's definitely it. Most of their guys can handle, because that's normally what they do, handle the rock. We know through the N1 tour, so this guy's probably going to come in the league with a ton of handles. You see him there clowning around on your screen.
And like you see the action there, he can get to the hoop. You know, not afraid to put it on the floor, and also, you know, draining from outside. So he's a guy who's going to bring a lot of talent and hustle to his team come training camp and hopefully into the season.
He has the Brooklyn swagger, odd man.
Good to see you as well. Welcome to the NBL Canada.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
You know, watching you over the course of the weekend, you showed a lot of certainly a lot of grit. We played hard, a little bit of flash as well. You know, see the bright colored shirt. Is that part of your game we're going to expect to see in St. John?
I'm from New York, so yeah, definitely.
That's a given.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to thank God, my family, and my friends. You know, all the support. You know, it's been a rough road for me, and I'm just happy to be here.
When you sort of reflect on the journey, would you say that this is a culmination of everything and it's a dream come true?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, hey,
butterflies in my stomach.
Butterflies?
Yeah.
You gotta let them flies go, man. No, you know, listen, butterflies mean that you're doing the right thing.
Right.
There you go. Congratulations. Thank you. Carlin Drew, he's excited and he's flashy from New York. Back to you.
Very flashy. That's a wonderful color shirt. Maybe that might change St. John's idea around. Maybe they can do a little third jersey with that color to impress the New Yorker on the team. Mississauga Power and Fred Granham there mulling over their notes as they get set for their pick. And they move to Mississauga, as we talked about, the Hershey Center, and it's an exciting time for this franchise.
A tremendous time. I mean, they're going to really pick up some fans. Got a lot of AAU basketball in Mississauga as well as Brampton, as we mentioned. So you're hopefully going to be able to bring people out to see the quality. And I always tell people the athleticism and the skills in the NBL Canada, tremendous. You know, people who haven't seen it are going to be shocked when they actually get in there and see the kind of athleticism and skills that are on the court. So they keep attracting top athletes, and it's just going to continue.
The podium and Andre Livingston.
With the 18th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, Mississauga Power selects Marcus James from Sam Houston State. The Island is on the clock.
Marcus James out of Waterbury, Connecticut. Another Bearcat selected to play pro basketball. 9.7 rebounds in his senior year. And here's another player heading to Mississauga with a ton of talent.
And he tested really well. The #1 ranked athlete in the draft, 6'7", about 200, and a wingspan of 7 feet. So, you know, he's a guy who's got long arms. He's going to be able to corral rebounds, going to be able to slam it home anytime. Didn't factor that big on the shooting testing, but, you know, he's a guy who's going to bring a lot to the table in terms of hustle, getting to the hoop, as you see there. Left hand off the spin, tremendous move right there. Another spin move, and he's got the skills you can see inside.
We see all the offensive highlights, but we don't see any defensive highlights. But we know that coach Fred Granham loves defense, and if he selected him, that means that guy could defend pretty well. Oddly, over to you.
Welcome to the Mississauga Power. You've got to be excited about that. I mean, I know when you're sitting in a room and there's lots of anxiety and butterflies, wondering if your name's going to be called. Now that you heard your name, there's got to be excitement for you.
Yeah, it's real exciting. It's like a dream come true. Finally, all my hard work's paid off.
When you sort of think back over the course of this journey, I mean, obviously we don't get where we are by ourselves, and people have helped us along the way. Who are some of the people that helped get you to where you are now?
First off, God, my mom, my dad, my AU coach, Wayne Simone. None of this would be possible without him right now. My basketball coach from junior college, my coach from Sam Houston. Everybody who's done put an effort in to help me right now, really.
A long list of people, which is great. To the Mississauga Power fans, they're excited that you're joining the fold. What will you bring to this team, and how do you help them?
Hard work and energy, and do anything, the little intangible things that the coach asked me to do.
I hope you use that wingspan to block some shots, too.
Yes, sir.
All right. You heard that, Coach. He's going to block some shots for you as well as a whole bunch of other things. Welcome to the Mississauga Power. Carlin Drew, back to you guys.
The newest Mississauga Power there, and you see his name on the board with the 18th pick so far this evening. The last two picks here in the second round belong to the two finalists from a year ago. We now go to the table of the Island Storm, Duncan Shaw, and the rest of his team. Joe Salerno there in the middle, co-winner of Coach of the Year a year ago. And let's find out who they pick, as Andre Livingston is now up at the podium.
With the 19th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Island Storm selects Ryan Martin from Keene State. London Lightning is on the clock.
Ryan Martin from Keene State. Another point guard, 5'9" guy from Wayne, Maine.
And we saw his speedy attitude out there on the court on the weekend, kind of reminiscent of Nico Brooks as well, just speedy guard. He was third ranked in 94-50 shooting testing. He got a quick release, and you love to see that out of your point guard, especially coming off pick and rolls. If they play under you, you got to be able to drop that shot in. He was 9th ranked overall in ball handling in the 94-50, and a good overall shooter in ball handling with quickness, and is very tough.
Mentioned his shooting. He shot 96% from the free throw line. That led Division 1, 2, and 3 in his junior year. Oddly Stevenson over there with the sharpshooter, Ryan Markham.
Welcome to the Island Storm. Thinking about over the course of the weekend, you and your father he's by your side the whole time. How good does this feel right now at this moment?
It feels great. This is a league I really wanted to play in, close to home. My family and friends come watch me. And I just want to thank all my family and friends for all the support they've had my whole career, and I wouldn't be here without them.
Speaking of support, as you walk by the Brampton A's table, now they didn't draft you, but they were equally happy as well that you got selected. Talk about some of the support that you received through that squad.
I've been there. This is my 3rd time being there at the facility, and they did a great job helping me, and I'm so thankful that I had them to be there helping me get drafted to a team.
Again, your father was quite supportive throughout the entire time. I know you're feeling good. What message would you say to him right now?
Just thank you. Thank you for always rebounding for me, everything that you've always done. And I've been here 3 times, and he's came with me all 3 times, so I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Dad. We always need a rebounder and that driver when we're putting up them shots. Carl and Drew, back to you guys.
There he is. Hard work pays off. Said he was here 3 times, and now the 3rd time is a charm for that young man right there. He's heading to the Island and the Island Storm. We now move to the champs, the London Lightning, getting set for the final pick here in the 2nd round, Drew.
And you see, Ryan just mentioned that he, came here 3 times, and that's tremendous. It shows you that dreams can come true. You never give up. You want to really keep at it and go after your goals.
He's been here 3 times, the Lightning, hoping they could get to the finals for a 3rd time and win a 3rd ring. Andre Levinson at the podium.
With the 20th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, London Lightning selects Colin Nickerson from Fairfield University. That is the end of the 2nd round. Ottawa is on the clock.
Gets his congratulations there from his new team, Colin Nickerson from Fairfield. Who was out of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference out there in Division 1. 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists in his senior year for the young man out of Illinois, Drew.
Top 5 ranked in the testing, number 1 in vertical and number 1 in shuttle run. So he's a guy who's very athletic, can get it done on the floor. Top 20 in shooting as well in 94-50 testing, 7th ranked in ball handling, and a 4th rated overall score. So that's definitely going to bode well for London, as they usually make the best of their players anyways.
They do make the best of their players, and they also like guys who are high IQ basketball players. Colin Nickerson over there with Mr. Stevenson.
We're talking about your athleticism and what you bring to your new squad. Can you talk a bit about that? Because that's certainly something that stands out about your game.
I just work hard in the gym. I try to get in the weight room, do a lot of agility, and it pays off.
Well, it certainly has. And again, when you talk about what you can bring to a team, can you describe some of the things that you can help the squad immediately with?
I'm an energy player. I try to get in the game, pick up the tempo, get stops, score the ball. I try to do everything that I can to help the team.
Absolutely. Well, you're joining a squad that has an energetic coach, London Lightning. This is their guy, Carl and Drew. Back to you guys.
There is the 2nd round draft board. You see it ending off there with Colin Nickerson. The Ottawa Skyhawks now back on the clock for the 3rd round. But Drew, there was a lot of length in that 2nd round being selected.
Yeah, I mean, in leagues like this, you need length, you need size, because you got to get it done inside, and that's usually lacking. But this year, you see a lot of big men coming into the NBL Canada, and that's going to change the dynamic of the league. You're going to have a lot more post play. You're going to have a lot more inside-out action, and that again will continue to improve the league standing amongst all the rest of the leagues in the world.
There you see Gus Takali and his team. a lot of energy. Well, you're not seeing it right now. He's focused, but he has a lot of energy. If you've ever spoken to him, you know what I'm talking about. And
my man Merrick Palmer as well. Got to give him some good love there.
And we now have a new face at the board, a happy guy, Ian McCarthy, for the 3rd round here at the NBL Canada Draft.
With the 21st pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Ottawa Skyhawks select Jerome Brown from Toronto, Ontario.
Ottawa came here with a mission to make sure that they got as many Canadians as possible. Another Canadian going to the capital city. This time it's Jerome Brown.
Yeah, we're familiar with Jerome Brown. Of course, he's been played before in the NBL Canada. So Jerome, he's a guy who's very tenacious and athletic demon, whether it's on the glass or just on the court. He gets at it, and he's got some great potential, and a guy that really hustles on the court.
Definitely hustles and also plays very solid defense. He now moves to the capital city, and the Canadian Tire Center is going to be excited to get a guy like him. He's the type of guy that dives on the floor head first for a basketball.
Oh, he'll get it done, and he's got so much size. He's strong, creates matchup problems, had a great 94-50 quick release score, and ranked 15th overall in ball handling as well.
Over to Audley. This is not the first time he's interviewed this gentleman.
No, it's not the first time. We've been here before. It's a familiar scene, but hey, we're at it once again.
Yes, sir. Back, ready to go at it again.
My broadcast colleagues talked about your game and the hustle and the energy and the heart and the toughness that you bring. Describe that a bit, please.
I learned that from my pops. He taught me all that toughness. Always don't give up on the play. Always keep playing. Have the heart. That's what I bring for the table.
And now the fact that you're going to Ottawa, another Canadian going to that squad, and everything just, again, a Canadian going to the nation's capital, I mean, that's also, there got to be some excitement in that as well.
Well, I got, the #1 pick, Alex Johnson, we've been good. We played good, it'll be good playing with him,
We'll have that familiarity. I mean, that's also a bonus if you think about that as well.
Right. Just excited, back at it.
I can tell. This is a great thing. Carlin Gay, he's definitely excited. Going to the Ottawa Skyhawks. Back to you guys.
3 Canadians for the Skyhawks and another high flyer as well. We move now to the Brampton A's, the second expansion team this season in the NBL. David Magney and his squad flanked by a lot of tippings on that table.
Yeah, tremendous basketball family. They've done a great job up there in Orangeville, a tremendous facility. And they're going to run the A's ship the same way they've done their organization previously. So, again, good to see.
Ian McCarthy up at the podium.
With the 22nd pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Brampton A's selects Jason Obazue from Colorado University.
Jason Obazue, 6'4" guard out of Colorado. Played for the Buffaloes, calls his hometown San Diego, California.
Yeah, I had a good chance to speak to him in the locker room as well, and great young man, has a positive attitude. He's top 25 ranked athlete in the draft testing. Big, long, pretty good vertical leap as well, and top 25 ranked in shooting, and showed a very consistent arc in the 94-50 testing.
Yeah, had plenty of offers coming out of high school for that young man. Fielded offers from California, Loyola Marymount, Nevada, Santa Clara, but finally chose the Colorado Buffaloes, and now he's going to call Brampton, Ontario his home. The newest member of the Brampton A's is over there with our man, the Odd Man.
What's going on, man? Well, congratulations on being selected. Lots of smiles, obviously. Must be feeling good.
Well, it's real good. You know that you're the odd man. I've been waiting to talk to you all night. Yeah.
A dream come true, my friend.
Yes, sure is. Sure is.
Yeah. Tell me, what do you think the part that your game attracted the Brampton A's to you? What do you think that was?
Just overall, just playing hard the entire day. You know what I mean? I can do a lot of different things on the court. Play both sides of the ball, defense. I can play any guard position. So I think that will maybe stand out out there.
And then defense is always, I mean, coaches love to hear that, and the fact that you have that commitment really speaks to sort of the type of player overall you are.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, congratulations. Welcome to the NBL Canada. Welcome to the Brampton A's. We're happy to have you. You guys heard it, man. He wants to play defense. Coach Maggs, you're going to be happy.
Coach Maggs is going to be very happy, but now we move to his new rivals, the Mississauga Power, and there they are. Henry Chow in front.
Fred Granum.
And John Wiggins jotting their notes down on the table, and they're in a new place, so they're going to want to make a bang when they start off the season, and a franchise that hasn't made the playoffs yet, but they're hoping that this season will be the first time they do it. Ian McCarthy is up at the podium with their pick.
With the 23rd pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Mississauga Power selects Eric Petty Jr. from Mississippi Valley State.
Eric Petty Jr., Mississippi Valley State, a school that is made famous by one man that played professional football by the name of Jerry Rice.
Tremendous player.
But for this young man, he led the SWAC in rebounding in 09, and he was 6th in that same season in blocks.
Top 25 ranked athlete in testing, which is very good, bodes well for his new team, and top 20 ranked in ball handling and in his 94-50 scoring. So he's got some skills there, that's for sure.
He definitely has some skills. You see him there with a little bit of ball handling in the all-white, showing you his stuff. The Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils and Devilettes,
and he's got
as
some
they're
length.
called.
He's got some length,
He
right?
does have some length. He's over there with the odd man.
Thanks, guys. It's coincidental. You played for Mississippi MISS. You're playing now. You've been picked by the Mississauga Power MISS. What a coincidence!
Yeah, it's similar. Man, I'm kind of nervous, man, but I just want to thank God for His favor. You know, man, I came here like no agent, and it just, man, everything worked out, man.
We saw a little bit of visuals on you, a little flash to your game as you're dribbling there. Is that kind of makes up your game, that flash and energy and excitement? Is that what?
Yeah, I like that. I try to bring a lot of energy, man. I kind of like try to be like LeBron a little bit with that. So, man, I'm trying to give it everything I got.
Well, and I think that's a great approach, giving it everything you got, because this is going to be the opportunity to show your coaches, your fans, what you can do. Describe your game just a bit, if you won't mind.
My game is like a rebound, pass, shoot, dribble. It's all around just a hungry type of game, just to get everything done, do what it takes to win.
For sure. Well, hey, congratulations. You said the word hunger. Hunger is an important thing to be when you're out there working hard. Carlin Gay, Drew Banks, back to you guys.
Hunger indeed, and another guy that is going to fit right in Mississauga. We now move to the Halifax Rainmen with the 4th pick here in the 3rd round. Chris Terrell, their new head coach, mulling over his notes, and we now move to the podium where a very sharp-dressed Ian McCarthy is standing with the pick.
With the 24th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Halifax Rainmen selects Jason Dawson from Columbus, Ohio.
Big hugs all around for that young man. Another point guard off the board, Drew. 6-foot point guard out of Gardner Webb. Averaged 8 points in his senior year, even recorded a triple-double, so he's a versatile guy.
Very versatile, and he's got a little bit of size on him. You know, good 180 pounds, tested high on vertical and the shuttle drills, and also 5th ranked in ball handling in his 94-50 scores. More of a slasher. He'll break you down off the dribble as well. Can get it done. Got some speed on him also.
A lot of speed, and we know that the Rainmen want to get up and down the floor, and they're hoping to make the playoffs after missing out this past season. We see the highlights here in the 3-point range, Drew.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he looks like a guy who can get it done from the outside, and you love that because it makes defenses have to step out and play you as a point guard. You know, if you have that shot, they can't really just sit off you. They got to come up, and if they come and rush you, you're taking it inside on them.
The newest Halifax Rainman, Jason Dawson, is over there with our man, the odd man.
You certainly had a good showing over the course of the combine. When you sort of think back, lots of point guards, obviously. How do you make yourself stand out to get noticed enough to get picked in the NBL Canada Draft?
I'm from Columbus, Ohio, so I'm a tough point guard. So I try to stand out as much as I can.
So when you say toughness, can you describe what that means, please?
Hard nose, can take the contact, ball handling, shooting, anything the teams wants I can give.
Finding guys too. I noticed on the weekend you didn't have any trouble finding guys and getting the open guy and finding for the great pass, if you will.
Absolutely, I like to make guys look better. I see my big man got chosen too. So
there you go. Well, hey, look, congratulations. Making guys look better. That's what you want to do as a point guard. He definitely does that. Drew, Carl, I'll send it back to you.
The first 4 picks now in the books here in the 3rd round. You see them there. We have the Moncton Miracles now on the clock. A 20-20 season a year ago. They're trying to make the playoffs with their head coach, Dennis Truex, for the 2nd year in a row. Let's find out who they select here now in the 3rd round. Ian McCarthy at the podium.
We have a trade to announce. The Halifax Rainmen sends the rights to the 15th and 24th picks in this year's draft to the Windsor Express for a first-round pick in the 2014-2015 season.
Our first trade of the night in the books, and now the pick for the Moncton Miracle.
And with the 25th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Moncton Miracle selects Anto Rayek from Brock University.
Anto Rayek, the newest member of the Moncton Miracles, the first man in the building, I was just told. An exciting guy, an exciting time for that young man right there, and a big smile on his face as he accepts his hat.
Yeah, you got to love it. I mean, with that kind of enthusiasm and vigor for playing, you're realizing your dream here. And, everybody who plays a sport or aspires in their sport wants to be drafted in a professional league. He tested very well, top 15 ranked athlete in the testing, and also top 20 in shooting from the 94-50 combines. Top 20 ranked ball handling as well. So he's got it all. I mean, he's a top athlete, can shoot, and also has great ball handling.
He was the first man in the building. Coach Truax is hoping that he's the first man in practice, odd man.
Just a second ago, I asked you if you're nervous. You said you're never nervous. I love that.
No. I wasn't nervous. I was just anxious.
Oh, anxious. Okay, there's a difference. Okay, nervous and anxious. So my colleagues say that you got here early, obviously excited and enthusiastic as well. What was going through your mind this morning as you got up, thinking about how the day would unfold?
I was just trying to get this day over with. Just trying to. I don't even know. I'm speechless. I'm excited and just ready to play.
When you think back to the combine over the weekend, obviously, again, it's guard-driven, and we've talked about that all night long. As a big guy for you, how do you make yourself stand out?
Just try to do me. Like, I'm a shooter, so shoot the ball, play defense, hustle, dive for loose balls, and just work hard.
Well, hard work certainly does pay off. As you said, hard work pays off, and coaches love to hear that as well. So congratulations, Carlin. Drew, back to you guys, man.
There's been so many Canadians picked, odd man, that I forgot to mention that young man is Canadian as well. He played a little ball in the CIS. Drew?
Yeah, and again, the competition level of the CIS is growing. The talented players that could go to the States are saying, you know what, let's stay here and let's build up Canadian basketball right here north of the border.
There is young McCarthy, the all-pro scout, sitting next to his head coach, Rob Spahn, going over the notes as they get set for their last pick of this draft, the 6th pick in the 3rd round. That's the first time we saw the exchange, the handoff, the baton handoff, the relay. But Ian McCarthy will now walk to the podium and welcome the newest member to his team, the St. John Millrats. And
son of Ian.
With the 26th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the St. John Millrats select Alex Jackson from Missouri St. Louis.
We had an Alex Johnson go in the 1st round. Now an Alex Jackson goes in. A guy who came dressed to impress, to say the least. Now accepting his hat, walking up to the podium, the newest member of the St. John Millrats.
Well, you know, Ian McCarthy's going to be happy there, getting a guy who's got some length and, you know, guy that's going to probably bring some hustle to their squad as well. So, you know, you can always use guys that have some length on them. And you can see there he's got a little bit of nice little tight handle action going on.
Well, if you're going to play for head coach Rob Spahn, you're going to have to be a hard-nosed player and give it your all in each and every single possession. Oddman, as he walks over to you, the fans of St. John's are going to hope that this guy can bring it on the court.
Congratulations and welcome, St. John Mill Rats are happy to have you on board.
Very happy. I feel blessed, and just I want to thank everybody who's supporting me back home, everybody watching right now. I'm happy to be a part of this team.
You're not nervous, are you?
No, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Let them go. Let them go.
Yeah, I'm ready to play, though, so I'm ready to get started.
And I think that's what most important, all this, that being ready to play, being ready to contribute. To the fans, St. John Mill fans are watching. What does that look like from you?
Just a lot of energy. Show my athleticism, my ability to shoot the mid-range three, and also playing defense, rebounding, blocking shots.
What would you say is the number one thing that attracted the Mill Rats to you?
Thinking my athleticism, I'm very long. You know, I can go out to big, I can go out to small. So,
sounds like you're talking with some versatility here.
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, well, that's good stuff. Well, congratulations, being the newest member of the St. John Mill Rats. Drew Carlin, back to you guys.
He said he's ready to go right now. He might have to wait a little bit to just get to training camp, as he have to wait a while to get on the court. But a happy camper going to the St. John Mill Rats. We now move to the Halifax Rainmen. Their head coach there, Chris Terrell, sent in the pick, and Ian McCarthy already has it. So we missed the relay that time, Drew. But Ian McCarthy up at the podium with the pick.
With the 27th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Halifax Rainmen select Keone Watson from the University of Idaho.
Another point guard, this time Keone Watson out of Idaho.
Yeah, Mr. Watson, 5'9", a guy who can get it done quick, scores decent on the vertical testing on the 94-50, as well as a top-ranked, 20-ranked shooting scorer as well, and third-ranked in ball handling. You always love to see that, you know, a guy who's a point guard be able to bring the ball up and take care of it. And you want a guy who's going to be able to limit turnovers as well.
Takes care of it, and he does take it away as well. Averaged a steal and a half for Idaho in his senior year. And now we'll take a look at some of the dribbling highlights for Mr. Watson.
Yeah, he's got a lot of hustle there. Look there, he's directing his traffic, and boom, right over to his player. Got fouled, but that's what you want. And now he shows toughness, getting to the hoop and the harm.
Finishes the N1 there. Let's see if he is able to finish the N1 with the odd man over there.
Well, congratulations. You joined the Halifax Rainmen, the newest member. It's got to feel good.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, I'm happy to be a part of this, and I just can't wait to get on the court and do what I have to do to get ready for this season.
So when you say do what you have to do, what does that look like for you?
Everything. You know, I'm a hard worker. I work hard. I play defense. You know, I'm a playmaker. I run my team, and just get everybody involved.
So when you think about your journey, your basketball journey to get to this point, this has got to be feeling good.
Oh yeah, definitely. I had a long road. I've been around for a minute, so you know this is one of the highlights of my career. I wish my mom was here alive so she could see this, but you know I know she looking down on me, and you know I'm gonna make her proud.
Well, making her proud, obviously, as well as is a great goal. Halifax Rainmen also proud to have you join their squad. Guys, here he is, the newest member of the Rainmen.
The newest member of the Rainmen there, smiling with the odd man. Now 2 more picks left here in the third round. We move to the Island Storm. There they are. And co-coach of the year, Joe Salerno, right there in the middle. Duncan Shaw on your left. And Ian McCarthy now walking up to the podium with the Storm's pick.
With the 28th pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Island Storm selects Justin Limau from North Carolina Central.
Justin Limau, 6'1" guard, and he calls Brooklyn, New York his hometown.
Top 30 ranked in testing, this past weekend at the Combine, and he showed a consistent shooting arc and quick release, and that's always a good thing when you need guys to put the ball in the basket. And he was 11th ranked overall in ball handling, so he tested very well, and you know, he's going to really do some damage out there on the court.
Point guard that can get into the paint and finish. He had a shooting percentage of 51% in his senior year out of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. He walks over to the odd man, Audley Stevenson, with the newest member of the Island Storm.
Well, welcome. You know, if I think back over the Combine, the one thing that certainly stands out, bright orange shoes. You're showing a lot of flash over the weekend.
Yeah, you know, I'm basically from New York, so that's how we do.
You got a rep.
Yes, yeah, I definitely do.
So what would you say is the number one strength to your game?
I basically could get out there and do whatever the coach want me to do. Defense, offense. I just want to play basketball, so it don't really matter to me.
Right. I noticed you didn't seem to have trouble finding guys on the break and getting the ball where they needed to be. Is it certainly one of your strengths to your game as well?
Yes, sir. I grew up with two brothers, so you know that's how my mom taught me. I can't be selfish, so I got to be able to share.
You got it. You gotta love point guards that share, listen to mamas, and weren't shellfish as well. Carl and Drew, back to you guys.
Another New Yorker making the league. Here we are with the final pick as you take a look at who's been selected. It started off with a Canadian here in the third round, Jerome Brown, going to the Ottawa Skyhawks. It is now the last pick for the Mississauga Power. I knew that was going to happen one time at least. And you see their head coach, Fred Granum, getting set to make the final selection of the 2013 pick. A thumbs up there from Henry Chow, and we now send it up to the podium where Ian McCarthy has the pick.
With the 29th and final pick in the 2013 NBL Canada Draft, the Mississauga Power select Branko Veljovic from Hannibal.
If that's not the loudest ovation of the night, I don't know what is.
Huge ovation right there for Branko, a guy who is getting it done on the court this weekend. And look at that, he's got the bow tie going on. He's really styling. You got the three-piece suit as well. Very, very, very sharp, Branko.
Very sharp dresser. They're hoping that he's also sharp on the court, Drew. And a guy that now becomes a trivia question at home. Who was the last pick here for the 2013 NBL Canada Draft?
Yeah, definitely a guy who's got some size at 6'4", top 25 ranked in testing, top 25 ranked in shooting, and top 25 ranked in ball handling. So he's got a game that, you know, is all well-rounded, and he's going to be able to do some good things on the court come training camp and hopefully come the season.
He's a man of business. Oddly, he has his BA in business management. We send it over to Audley Stevenson with Branko and the newest member of the Mississauga Power.
Branko, congratulations. You know, it doesn't matter what number you get called at, whether the first or the last, the fact that you're here, that's got to feel good.
Yeah, to me it feels like first draft. It is the first draft for me. It was an amazing trip for me. It was the last 6 months of going to Pro-Am, mega city basketball leagues, showing off in front of the Mississauga Power folks. And I show up trying to look the best the way I can, and I'm happy that they picked me.
Well, you know, I watched you throughout the summer playing, and you played hard, you worked hard, you never stopped. You're bicycling a lot. That's got to feel good knowing that all that hard work is paid off.
Yeah, it feels great. I tell you that. It feels great.
And the journey, I mean, when you talk about your personal journey and you reflect back to the people that helped and contributed, all that really, again, feeds into why this moment means so much.
I'm really happy for myself, but I'm really happy to represent the folks of Toronto, the mega city basketball team, the Pro-Am organizations. So these just, dream lives with us.
There you go. Well, Carlin, Drew, it doesn't matter when you get picked. As you heard, the dream lives. A happy guy standing next to me, and I'm happy as well. I'm feeling good for you, buddy. Back to you guys.
Branko was a guy who participated in the Mississauga Power Pro-Am this season, and there you see the happy guys who have been selected tonight, all wearing ball caps from the 2013 NBL Canada Draft. And
And let's
Drew,
point something out.
It's been an exciting draft with a ton of Canadians being selected. Now up to Ian McCarthy for his final remarks.
This concludes the 2013 NBL Canada Draft. We'd like to thank our sponsors, the presenting sponsor Graham Rustum and the GTA Center, the City of Markham, 9450, Porter Airlines, the Hilton Markham Hotel, Spalding, and Tel Ave. Congratulations also to all of our new draft picks. We'd also like to thank our fans here in the building and those watching online from around the world. Follow the league and your favorite team on Twitter at NBL Canada, on Facebook, and on our website at www.nblcanada.ca. Season 3 kicks off in November, and it is showtime. Thank you.
A happy time for the guys who have been selected. Third season getting set to go underway, and it started with a bang with tonight's draft. The first ever Canadian-born player in Alex Johnson, Superman, going to the nation's capital.
Very familiar with Alex's game, a guy who, you know, we pointed out earlier, probably wasn't sure he was even going to be here, ends up playing, impressing everybody out there, and he's going to the nation's capital.
We move to the second round draft board, and the same thing at the top, another Canadian selected to the nation's capital. And throughout the entire draft, there was a ton of Canadians gone. This is the first time that this many Canadians have gone in the NBL Canada Draft.
Yeah, tremendous amount of players, and again, it shows the growth of the game here. Canadian players either staying here in Canada and also heading down to the States and overseas.
It was the mandate of this league when it first started to grow the game, to continue to grow the game in this league. And before the NBL Canada came along, it was the only country in the FIBA Americas that did not have a pro league. We now have one. Jerome Brown, you see, leading off the top of the third round as the Ottawa Skyhawks made it a clean sweep of Canadians. Great night, Drew. Your final remarks here.
It was phenomenal, and it's great to see the NBL Canada continue to grow year 3, and we look forward to year 4.
Year 3 is going to be exciting, to say the least. We see their smiling faces, shaking hands. For Audley Stevenson, Drew Ebanks, the fantastic Dome Productions crew, I am Carlin Gay saying so long and enjoy the 2013 season of the NBL Canada.